Hello, my party people. It's Tanglewood Sue here. What have we got in store for you today? What do we have in store? Well, I'm already exhausted and I've already been working and I probably have schmutz all over me, but you're gonna have to get over that. We're gonna have to get over that and just move on. This isn't about vanity. But do I look okay? So, here's what has occurred. We're going to be doing a little mad scientist project here today, and I am so excited that you're here to join me. Hello, Patty Joe. I know we're going a little late because I had a lot of work to do just to get ready for this live. So first of all, thank you viewers, thank you replay viewers. Those of you watching on Facebook Live with me, it's all the same as usual. But I will tell you, if you're watching the replay, you're gonna be like, didn't anybody comment? I'm re-uploading the replays these days because Mark just does not love the live. He doesn't come on my lives, he doesn't love my lives, but he loves when I post videos. So I'm reposting my lives as videos. As ridiculous as that sounds, if you're watching the replay, please feel free to go ahead and comment and tag me with any questions you may have. I'm here for you. Hello, Faith, how are you, darling? All right, so just a quick recap, we'll get right to it. My buildings got bought. I got a new landlord. He's pretty cool, but he raised the rent. We knew that was coming. I had to get new tenants. My tenants had tenants. So I have good tenants, but they had bad tenants. I'm sorry, they just were. So I have been spending the last 2 hours cleaning up this space. So this paint poured floor was already here. And this guy just like willy-nilly just spilled paint all over. There's a big pile right behind me. You'll see in just a second. Hey, Carol. Cheryl, I want to make sure that you're gonna enjoy this video, but it's not gonna be the pouring like you're used to seeing. I did just post a paint pour video on TikTok that will make its way over to Facebook, hopefully by tomorrow. And that will show you how to do like the real paint pour, but this is gonna be a little bit, this is more like a paint mush, I guess, mush and mush. Okay, so basically what has happened is he's just got like paint all over. Look at that. So I don't even know what kind of paint this is. It's not latex because I tried to scrape it up and it just flakes. So that means it's not latex because latex would just, I was hoping I'd have one of those like, the whole thing would come off and it'd be like, oh my God, so satisfying. No such luck. But what we are gonna do, what I have done is I got out a scraper. I scraped it all so it's level. Even though it's ugly, it's level. There's also, he decided to graffiti. I mean, in the name of art, I don't like, graffiti's fine. Like this artist did graffiti, but I don't know what this is. To me, I'm not getting it. But there's a lot of art I don't get. So I don't get it. All I see is tagging on my white walls that I never gave permission to paint. So why am I doing this? Why aren't my tenants doing this? She just had stomach pain and went in and found out she needs gallbladder surgery. So I've got 3 days until my new tenant comes in. So I can't wait for her. So I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And it's gonna take 3 days to do the floors. So that's where we are at. Okay, so what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? I asked my new tenant, Sarah, what her favorite color was because if I'm gonna have to go over this, we don't have to keep the color that's there, but she said like celadon green. Hey Chris, hey Tammy. So y'all know I am a collector of Oops paints, right? So Oops. This is very close to celadon green. It's probably a little bit brighter than celadon. Y'all, we're gonna open these up and see if they're any good. I don't know. This is the green. This is Benjamin Moore, and it is Adam green. This is the green from my front porch. This was the sample for me to test that green. This was another one I tested. This is Greenwood Lake. I thought that was a pretty color. Then I also have this mist tint that's kind of an olive. It's not quite a Tanglewood green. It's a little darker than that. It's not quite a chartreuse. I don't know what it is. I'd call it a bright olive. That's what I call it. And then this, what is this? I just needed some white. Interior paint for homes, rentals, and property owners, contractor coat. Okay. So we're just gonna open these up, okay? And basically, the way we're gonna do the floors, and do you know how to tell if paint's gone bad or not? It smells like rotten eggs. If it smells like rotten eggs, we're not gonna use it, we'll go find something else. So let's see, this is more of a gray. It's borderline. It's borderline, and I just bought some new white, so let's set this aside. Paint lasts a long time, and if you seal it properly, which I don't, it'll last you a really long time, but y'all know I don't do that. So these are gonna need to be stirred, that's okay. That smells good. Hello, modern vintage furniture. All right, that one smells pretty good. We're gonna go with that. So basically what we're gonna do today is we're gonna get the first coat on. I'm gonna make it very light. I'm gonna put a lot of white in it, and we're gonna use the roller, and we're just gonna smush and mush it today. We'll do more of the paint pouring tomorrow, but I think today we're just gonna lay that base layer. So prepping wise, all I have done, okay, that one's good. It's rusty, but it's good. All I've done is really scrub the floor. I scrubbed it, I vacuumed it, I wiped it, that's it. We're not painting the floors, we're staining the floors. Well, that's not really true either. I guess it's somewhere in between. I have done this process over almost let's see, this is 3,000 square feet. I've already done 2,000 square feet of this, and it does not peel up. Does it scratch? Only when I don't get help and move, 300-pound pieces of furniture across it. But other than that, it works really well, and that's without a sealant. If this was just in a basement that was just this cement and didn't have somebody painting furniture on top of it all day long and not asking for help and not using rollers, it probably lasts forever. But I usually have to redo mine every now and then. So this works. It works. So, all right, what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna stir these up. Let me see if you guys have any questions. It's kind of tinting, Betty, but it's not really. The reason I say it's not exactly, I can't find my stir stick, so we're just gonna use my thing. It's not going into, it's not really going into the cement. It's not etching, it's not an acid etch, I guess is why I'm hesitant to call it actual tinting. It is like painting, but the trick is that we're watering it down. And because we're watering it down, we are stopping it from becoming latexy. That's my word. It's not gonna be latexy. It's gonna be, these are cool colors. I can't wait to see how this really yellow, olivey green does. If we were to paint it, if you guys remember my first store at Community Forklift, I hadn't learned this trick yet. And I got my Tanglewood green and I prepped the floors and I painted them. And I spent the next 5 years dealing with peeling latex paint on the floors. It just gave me PTSD. Moving furniture was a freaking nightmare, a nightmare. And then I don't know when or how, it was probably some accident. Hey, Cheyenne. Some crazy accident fluke. I figured out I spilled some paint. I don't know, you guys might remember how I figured this out. But watering it down, and then when it dried, it just doesn't have enough thickness to peel back up again. It was awesome. I think these colors are gonna be great. So we're gonna do a little test. Let me get over the white and let's see how to do it. Do you guys have any questions? Because once I start going, it's harder for me to see you and answer questions. So, but then again, I haven't started yet. So you're like, Sue, I don't know what my question is. Oh, actually, you know what? I have some latex paint here. I will use some of this. So, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna come back and answer questions on what we did. That's what I learned in English class, didn't you guys? It's latex. Kyra, this is latex. I have done this with Miss Lillian's paints. I did the whole floor over here with Miss Lillian's paints. Totally can do that, has a built-in top coat. But for this, I just happen to have a bunch of leftover latex paints, and they were great. So what we're gonna do, let me move this back over. Actually, I can move you over. We're gonna start mixing our paints with water. Okay, I have these. These may not be big enough, but we're not doing that big an area, so I think this is gonna work fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and dunk in here. We want a lot of water. Like I'm going like 50% water in here, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. And then I'm gonna very messily pour some of this paint right into it. I'm gonna try actually not to get it everywhere. And there we go. I'm gonna leave a little room for adjustment. A little room for adjustment. Because sometimes I make it too watery. It depends on the paint. Like this is really thick. Sometimes I make it too watery. Sometimes I make it too thin. I think that feels about right, okay? Let me just do that a couple more times with these colors. Don't worry about the colors that are already here, and I may need to go get another one. I'm just doing the water first because that's easier. And then basically today, I also put them in these. I got these at the dollar store down the street. It's actually called, oh God, what is it? Oh my God. It's the one that drives Sadie and her dad crazy, Sadie and Brian crazy. It's called Dollars and Cents, but it's spelled, it's trying to be a pun, but it's not because it's spelled S-E-N-S-E. Oh, whoops, that one's going down the side. I gotta go faster. There we go. Wow, you do not want to pour out the center, do you? Now, and I don't care that I'm probably making too much because I will use this on my, I'll be using this on my paintings. I use this just to get like a base layer going sometimes. So, no waste, you guys, no waste. Not around here. Well, that's not true. I waste a heck of a lot of stuff. Mostly just out of messiness. But that's all. Oh my God, when I was cleaning out the studio, there was so much stuff, there was so much waste because of things that I let go crazy. All right, so there's our kind of minty celadon green. All right, this is our light olive. And I have no idea how these are gonna look together. That's what we're gonna find out together. And don't worry, I'll tilt the camera so you guys can see. All right, so we got that one, we got this one. This is not like regular paint pouring. That's what I was saying to Tyra. I think it was Tyra. Regular paint pouring, I'm using, I'm watering down the paint just a little, and I'm usually adding something for cells. So I will probably use, I think I want to use this really thick light color. Let me try that. And I don't care that this is murky now. It doesn't matter. It's all gonna mix up. This is mad scientist portion of our show today, all right? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. All right, so let's put that in there. This one is almost dried out, but it still smells okay. I was saying if you guys just jumped on, if it smells like rotten eggs, it's rotten. Don't use it. Don't use it. If you guys are wondering why there's a shopping list that has nothing to do with what we're doing today, it's because they turned on a feature and I didn't have a shopping list for this, so I just turned on an old one. I know. Oops, that one wasn't on well enough. That's okay. And now some of these I might add. That one is not stained. It's okay. I won't shake that much. All right, let me get a couple more. Talk amongst yourselves. We need a couple more containers. Okay. These are all dried out. These have all evaporated, so it's all good. It's all good. All right, what other color do we want? Let's do this kind of really minty green. Let's see how that one works out. I think it'll be awesome. And then I'll come and see if you guys have any questions for me. We'll do the white and then we'll get started. And we're gonna use this muddy water too. It's gonna be great. Now, can you mix paint with water and then keep it indefinitely? No. No! Because it will, where did I just put the top? Did I grab one with that on top? I think I did. Once you put the water in there, I mean, some people, I guess, do distilled water or something like that. I don't know. I don't have that together enough for that. But I think that it's, you know, once you break the seal and mix it with water, you're gonna end up, it's gonna go bad faster. All right, so when you get things at the Dollar Tree, they don't always last as long as you might want them to. These aren't holding their seal very well, but again, it doesn't really matter. And you might be like, Sue, why are you doing this on your pretty table that you painted neon? Well, because I painted it for this reason, to be my paint table. It's already cracked, I can't sell it. And why use an ugly, you know, standard flip table or whatever, when you can have like a fun, beautiful neon color to have fun with, right? Okay, so, and some of these I might put right on. I might. Oh my gosh, these are not working at all that way. All right, let's see if I can do that. Okay, yeah, that was a mess. Yay, we're almost there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, am I gonna take off my shoes? Nah, whatever, I'll rinse it all out. Okay, I'm gonna move this off to the side, and then I'm gonna show you how this is gonna go. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, you're not gonna see too much amazingness today, but it'll be fun, we'll get started. And when I come back tomorrow, like I won't leave you hanging. I've got to get this done in the next 2 days. So I'll come on and do a live again, okay? So that you guys can see the whole thing. And I have tons of these videos. I don't think I can put my finger on a single one right now, but keep in mind, I have a ton of these videos for you guys on the number of times I've painted my floors. All right, let's move over here. I'm also gonna do a little time-lapse video while we do this, because everybody loves a time-lapse. Oh my God. Do you guys who do videos, hold on, let me just set this up real quick. I find whenever I do a time-lapse video, I start moving faster. Like, I don't get that. Why am I moving faster? If it's time-lapse, it's moving faster. Like, I was doing the mopping with the time-lapse, and I was like, I'm like, Sue, slow down. Slow down. You don't need to do this. All right, let me get this going. Video, time-lapse, flip it, and I'm sure it's gonna run out of battery, but you know, we'll deal. Okay, we got that. We got that. Y'all got that? All right, let me. Hi, Anna. All right, do you guys have any questions before I get started? Because I'm not gonna be listening to you anymore. Hello, Redemption Square. Hello, Sarah and Jackie. Natasha's here. Natasha, I'm fixing up my floor. So this only works with latex paint. No, Mary. You can do this. Okay, you can do this with the chalk paint. You can absolutely do this with the chalk paint. I would recommend a chalk paint that has a built-in top coat. If you do this with Miss Lillian's, that's why I've used Miss Lillian's before, it has a built-in top coat, so you don't need to put anything on it. I still do. I get flat by the gallon when I'm doing my floors. I forgot to tell you guys that. I did do that on these floors, but I don't always do that. If you wanted to use Daydream Apothecary paints, you absolutely can, but you're gonna need to seal them. And maybe we'll add some neon in this, but then I will need to seal it because those paints have a lot of clay, as Natasha can tell you here. So you wanna, you just need to make sure, hold on. You just wanna make sure that you've sealed your floors. So, I mean, you can use whatever you want. You can use Debbie's Design Diary paint, but you're gonna need to seal it. You're gonna need to seal it, okay? And you wanna make sure that it's strong enough. Okay, let's see if we're going. All right, so this is the first part. We're gonna take this water, okay? And I've already cleared all this, and then this is just this, make sure you guys can see okay. Okay, this is just, actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna flip something. No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave it. This is just, there we go. I'll start right there so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll move this back a little bit. I really can't actually, so I'm not gonna pour too much in this corner. All right, So this is the water that I just used to wash all the brushes and to wash off all my mess, but it's gonna be what I use as kind of my slip coat. So I'm gonna put it all over, okay? I'm not really worried about it mushing into here too much. This is why this has to be done in layers, okay? And it's gonna splash on me, but I don't care about that. And I'm gonna walk through it today because I know that I'm gonna do like 4 layers, so I'm not worried about walking through it. And we're gonna do a lot of white so we can kind of camouflage all of this, okay? Now, sometimes if you put too much liquid on here, you might dilute things too much. But better to start with it a little bit more diluted than too thick, because it can be hard to move around. So let's start with the white, okay? I'm gonna try to bend down here and just pour it, there we go, into different areas. That looks kind of pretty. See how the water is helping it move around? Now, here's the thing. If you're doing this in your basement, oh, that's so pretty. It's so pretty. If you're doing it in your basement, you make sure the other thing, the reason I do the water is because I want to make sure it doesn't slope too much. So right now, I can totally see that I've got a puddle right in there. Right in there. So it's all right. But I can see that my water is kind of moving there. Now, when I've done this in the past, I'm doing a lot of white because I want to cover up a lot of this mess, because it's messy and it's splotchy and I don't like it. I like art mess, but not messy art mess. You know what I mean? Okay, so we've got the white. What color you guys want to see on here? See how it's kind of pooling? Don't worry about it. We can fix it. What color you guys want to see? And here's what you can do if it's getting too wet in one area. Just sop it up and put it back in the bucket. Okay. Did y'all say color yet? All right, I'll pick one out. I think I'll go with the green base that I'm thinking of. And then another thing you can do, if you've got it here, is you can kind of just, see how I was a little nervous about getting into these corners? So just wring it out. Wring it out, baby. There you go. Now you have another pretty splotch. Hi, Zan. Hey, Bonnie. Thank you guys so much for sharing today. I can tell I've got some new people here. Probably the lime. You want to see the lime? Did I do a lime? Well, I think this is close to the lime. Let's do this. Okay. Okay, now this is watered down, but let's see what happens when we kind of pour that on. I may have watered it too much, but you never know. No, actually that's okay. So this is the Celadon green that she wanted. So I'm just kind of going in, just frickin' Jackson Pollock style, baby. No rhyme, no reason. No, actually he probably had a rhyme, no reason. So we're doing it Tanglewood Sue style. No rhyme, no reason. We're just filling in. We're just filling in gaps. Now, the first time I did this, kiddos, and I got this ready, the first time I did this, I actually used, I used my brush to move around. So like over here where it's not really, where I didn't put enough up against the wall, I'm gonna kind of slosh it around a little bit. Or where it's too heavy, or if I just want to break up the pattern a little bit, I can kind of move it around. And because it's so liquidy, don't worry that you're gonna see these brush strokes, because you won't. You won't, they will be gone. Gone, baby, gone. Wow, this is really pretty. I like this combo. Do you guys like it? Do you guys like it? Say something. All right, I'm gonna, and like I said, this is for any, I'm only getting haters on TikTok right now because I've been posting on Reels, and Reels get shown so much that you get people outside of your regular tribe, and then they hate on you. Y'all don't hate on me. Y'all are so good to me all the time. You're so nice to me. But I know there's some trolls out there just waiting to go, what the hell is she doing? The hell is she doing? All right, let's do another color. Let's see what we got. And you guys, what we can do when we get to the top layer is put some metallics in. Put some metallics in. All right, so, and I'm not worried about walking on it. Ooh, this is pretty. This is very subtle. It's very subtle. Let's just put some of this. This is the blue for my house. So we're getting a real like patina look. I gotta make sure I get to the walls. I'm doing this first before we're painting the walls. We're just gonna get the walls back white. Let's just put that on there. I did the perfect consistency. I'm so proud of myself. So proud of myself. Ruined these pants, but you know, other than that. Now I do need to move over here a little bit more because I do need to do this whole space. But I think we're off to a good start. So let's just do a couple more colors here and then we'll move the camera and we'll kind of fill in against the whole wall. Let's just see what this olive does. How the shoe print's not showing. Yeah, it's so watery right now, Susan, that they won't show. They will start to show. Oh gosh, you guys, this is awesome. But we don't need much. I like it. Look at that. It's like bright yellow kind of popping out. And if it doesn't feel like it's blending the way I want it to, like if it feels too splotchy, honestly, like I said, I just break it up with, I can break it up that way. I can break it up this way. But again, don't worry about your first one being too splotchy because you're gonna cover it anyway. We're just getting that first base layer on there, okay? So I think the only thing that I feel like I need to do is really kind of get in these corners. So let me just roll back here and then I'll move the camera because I don't want this to look like forgotten. And see how it's creating all these swirls? Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? I love it. All right, let's move you guys all down. And we'll keep going all the way to the end here. Maybe this up. This is why I didn't do my regular setup today, because this, because we got too much going on. Hey, Denise. All right, let's do it again. Ready? Ready? Because this is one thing I'm gonna say. Once you kind of got it going on, you kind of got to keep going. At least as much in the area as you can. Now, I've got one guy here who hasn't quite moved out, so I think it would be in bad form for me to get my mess on his stuff, so we won't do that. But I think this will work here. I think this will work here. Okay, let's water it down again. Okay, so freedom to mess up a little bit. Because if you just pour it straight on, you'll end up with paint that's thicker. That's definitely true. But you also, you know, it might be too heavy in a certain area and you'll want to kind of pull it out of that area. So let me get my white. Let's start with the white again. I'm actually not going to go all the way to the end here because I am worried I'm going to splash on this guy's art, and that would not be in good form. Okay. All right. Do you guys like the gold? I love the gold, but I want to go in the same order that I did before, okay? So, let's just fill in with this kind of celadon. Y'all, I've done this with like, oh my God, milk jugs, spray bottles, and when we keep going, we'll probably use my, my sprayer. What am I trying to say? My leaf blower. But you know, you don't need it. Not on this kind of look. Not necessarily. All right, so we got that. Let's put in our other blue. I love these blues with this. The green and this kind of, it's like a Tiffany blue. It's like a Tiffany blue. I can see that the floor is repelling a little bit, not terrible. I think there's probably some oils in here, you know, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I don't wanna go too far. All right, and let's do the, I can see it kind of coming down. I can see the gold kind of coming down. So I don't want to do too much of the gold. I like it, but I like it in small doses. We all know what that's like, right? People say that about me. I like her. Just not that much. Not that much of her all at once, right? Okay, I think that's good. Now, while it's still really watery, we have a lot of give. Okay, so we can kind of get in here and make sure we get all these little areas. And if it cuddles up against the wall, that's okay. I mean, it can dry that way. That's fine. I just like to break it up and make sure that I'm kind of breaking up the surface tension right now, where I'm seeing it kind of repel against the floor. So the beauty of this is it will be dry. See right here? It's not, it's pushing away, which means tomorrow I might need to, I mean, I scrub these floors, but somebody might have spilled something really, really gooey on here. So I might need to go back in here and do a little scrubbing, where it's almost reminding me of when I've done a resin pour. It's kind of pushing away like a little divot. Just means there's some oils. It's not the end of the world. But I think we're good. All right, let's flip the camera so you guys can see kind of up close how it's looking and from different angles, okay? And I'll answer questions. All right. Oh, dang, my thing just flipped. All right. So, see how my footprints are gone? The floor, Elizabeth, we poured the floor. We poured the floor. It depends. It depends. I will try to seal it. I think I have some flat left. Do you see how I've got this little running channel right here? So as this starts to dry, I can kind of splotch it up a little bit so I don't have this line. But as you can see, all my footprints are gone. And I mean, this is, like I said, this is just the first coat, and then we'll keep going over it and over it and over it, and it'll look a lot more organic and natural. And right now I'm just kind of looking at, you know, where, like right here, I've got like a puddle happening. But again, it's not still moving. So if it's not still moving, that means that'll kind of dry like that, which will actually be really pretty. I just don't want it to dry too thick, because if it dries too thick, then it has the risk of kind of peeling up. But she said she wanted Celadon, and I feel like once this, I can see the Celadon. I can see the final coat being there. I can see that channel coming down here. So tomorrow we'll jump back on. You'll get to see how it actually dried, okay? I'm having the hardest time with magnets on the back of phone cases. They just will not stay. So I don't know what time. I just don't know what time. So you'll either catch the live or the replay, and we'll let this dry. It will fade a bit. And then we'll do the whole thing again, and I'll probably do as much area as I can of my new tenant space. It's kind of my gift to her. She's an artist. I didn't want her to have a messy floor, and I was like, you know what? Give her something fun. I really, hey Chris, yes. So just a quick recap. We got a new landlord. The rent went up. I had to get new tenants. I found this gal, Sarah. She's awesome. I really like her. She's totally easygoing. But my previous tenant had really done a number on this floor. Just made it a hot mess. And so I decided, kind of as a gift to her, to give her one of my paint poured floors. And then we're gonna paint over. I got white to paint the walls, so that she'll be able to just come in here and start off with a nice clean slate. I don't want to make this as bright as my space, because you know, not everybody wants to work on top of a chartreuse river. But she said she likes Celadon, and so that all of this together is kind of getting that green. Okay. Oh, Elizabeth, you're so sweet. Okay. That was about to fall. All right, I got some cleaning up to do. Thank you guys so much for keeping me company while I did this. It actually makes it so much more fun. So much more fun. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow. We'll put on the next coat and then we'll be done. Okay? Mwah! Bye, everybody.